on to us, and we'll be happy to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So last week, there was the Final Fantasy 15 Uncovered event. We knew that this was coming. We had joked about this. In fact, when they had uncovered the uncovered date.
Made an announcement to make an announcement to make an announcement.
That's right. It got super meta, but finally the date came, and we were treated to exactly what all we can expect with Final Fantasy 15. I've had critical, some critical words for FF15's development. But I have to say that I was very impressed by this showing, and it turned some of my opinions on FF15.
Really?
Yes.
So are you the fence hopper?
I'm one of them. I mean, it's not.
I never thought I'd hear that coming from you.
It's not like I wasn't going to get FF15, but now I'm actually like I'm not all in, but I'm on board. I'm like,
you're looking forward to it.
It could be good.
It's on the radar. Yeah.
It could be good. I'm gonna back
such high marks.
I know. I'm gonna back off the precipice of this is going to be terrible, and I'm gonna walk it back a little bit. I'm gonna say that I'm much more optimistic for it now. But let's talk about everything that we're going to be getting, because there is a lot. Nika, you and I both watched this live.
The whole thing.
You were nice enough to take some great notes here, so I appreciate all of your hard work. But let's talk about what is in the package of FF15, like as a whole. What encompasses FF15 here?
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to throw to you. Okay.
Are we talking?
Never mind. Sure where you wanted me to go.
Do you mean the $279 bundle, or do you mean what is Final Fantasy 15?
No, because Final Fantasy 15 isn't just a game.
No, it's way more than we thought it was going to be.
It's far more than that. It is a full movie.
It's a way of life.
It's a 5-episode anime.
Basically, they decided that they weren't just going to, originally when FF15 was announced, it was announced as a part of the FF13's universe, right? It was Final Fantasy 13, it was Final Fantasy Agito 13, which became freaking Type 0, and then it was Final Fantasy 13 itself, and Versus 13 is what became 15. And now they're like, nope, we're going to make an expanded universe around 15 instead.
Yeah.
So they basically, I don't know how.
And in a way less ambitious way, too.
I'm just very surprised that none of this was leaked out. Because they've created demos, animes, videos, movies, things that are literally almost 100% completed, if not completed already, and none of this leaked.
Right.
That's what blows my mind. So I'm not sure if that's what's taking the game so long to be released, with all of this, or if they just have so many extra people working on this that they've just been doing all of this all along. I have no fucking clue.
If you look at FF15 as a whole, much like FF7, it is a game, it is a movie, and there is an anime in there too. They've tacked an anime on now too. They've gone the expanded universe route, and the way that they had initially chose to do it for FF13 is that it was going to be three games, which was FF13, Type 0, and what is now FF15, which was Versus 13.
Right.
That obviously, for a lot of reasons, did not pan out. And so,
13 still got 3 games.
Yeah, we still got 3 games out of it, though.
Yes.
So.
And Type 0 is still in the same universe.
But the thing is that the Fabula Nova Crystallis trilogy were not supposed to be connected like the 3 FF13 games are. The 3 FF13 games, their narratives directly connect one to the other. The Fabula Nova Crystallis, they were always supposed to be disambiguated from another.
They're just in the same universe.
Yes, or they operate by the same rules. I was never really clear on the Fabula Nova Crystallis thing.
Was anyone?
I tried reading it on the wiki a while back, and there was some the lore about the Falsi Lassie thing was all connected, but essentially they weren't even in the same planet or like the same part of the world or something, and they weren't even in the same time. It was like future or past or something.
Right.
So they weren't directly connected. They were just in the same lore scheme.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean,
Okay, so basic concepts could have been applied from one to the other. Is basically what
Yes,
you're talking.
not. I don't think gameplay. I think it was always supposed to be narrative.
Not
Narrative
gameplay,
concepts,
like
yeah.
general concepts like fallacy and whatnot.
Yes.
But that doesn't even matter because that doesn't exist anymore.
But it just seems ridiculous. Like, you can just add terminology to the Final Fantasy lexicon. It's not like there are any rules about that. It's not like we would have seen heard them refer to fallacy in FF13 and go, "Oh, I've never heard that before." that's
Well,
Marquis or nothing. You know what I mean?
You almost killed Chris.
I know. I wish we had I wish we had cameras up because I nearly made Chris spit his fucking drink out.
yeah, gosh.
But no, it really, like honestly, you don't need to like permission. You don't need a whole new canon to base
You
that
say
shit
that,
around.
But apparently there was just this huge freaking uproar and outcry about fallacy, lassie, and
It was kind of
Seath.
stupid.
Because it was dumb.
I mean, it was a kind of stupid concept.
It was dumb. And the fact that was the concept that was supposed to bind these worlds together, ugh. I don't know.
I'm glad they got
Garbage.
got rid of that.
Yeah, me too. But they are doing something as ambitious with 15. With there's a whole ton of stuff in the collector's edition that whatever. But the actual narrative is told amongst several different pieces of media. You can start your journey right now with the first episode of the anime, which is available at YouTube, and you can also check out the demo, the platinum demo for FF15, which does tell a bit of a unique story.
Okay, so there's an anime about 15. Is this like a prologue? Like, what is the anime about?
It is supposed to show the backstory of the main characters, like the 5 guys.
Of the main characters. Okay, so this directly ties into the game.
Yes, it does.
It does. And every episode will be released before the game drops.
Yes.
How many episodes?
5.
5. There's only 1 out so far.
And okay, so you can just watch it online. I don't have to
Watch it on YouTube.
acquire it creatively.
That is correct. It is on YouTube. It's available. It is subtitled,
How
not
long?
dubbed.
It's called Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Yep, it's called Brotherhood.
How long is each anime episode?
This episode is about 12 minutes.
That's
pretty good.
that's substantial.
That's not short.
no.
Well, okay, now when you say anime, is this like drawn?
legit anime.
Or is it
Anime.
It's anime.
it's anime
like
anime?
when you think anime, it's anime.
Wow.
It's legit. That's what I
Just linked it in the chat.
I'm pretty fucking impressed. So across all of these different pieces of media, you will get the full story of FF15.
FF15 the anime, FF15 the movie, FF15 the flamethrower.
Okay, yeah, okay, so can you like bottom line like what all is going into this extended universe of Final Fantasy 15? Because I know nothing about this.
Yes,
I did not uncover it.
I just
Holy shit, that
said-
looks good.
It is.
All right.
It is the game.
Final Fantasy main game is the very middle ground. Like boom, there's Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
And then surrounding it was the Brotherhood anime backstory.
Right.
Okay.
There was the movie, and the movie is called Kingsglaive, and it is supposed to be a feature-length movie that, and we don't know too much about the movie, but we know that it has to do with Luna and the king. And
Yes,
something.
Noctis's father. Yeah.
We know we didn't see Noctis in any of the trailers for the
No,
movie,
no.
but we do know that it will be dubbed, and it does include awesome people such as Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. She plays Cersei.
Right.
She's supposed to be Luna.
Yep.
Also, Sean Bean plays the king,
Oh, I guess we know who's dying in this one.
and
King's dead.
and Paul, who is in Breaking Bad, plays somebody named Nix.
Okay, so when does the movie take place chronologically?
The movie takes place
Before
before
the game.
the game.
Before
But
the
we
game.
don't know how far before.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure.
Okay, but it's still okay. So am I going to need to like watch the anime and the movie just to understand how the game is going to play?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so. It sounds like all of this is just backstory and context.
Yes.
And I'm not entirely sure that I don't think you have to watch it.
That all depends on Square Enix's narrative ability. You could make a story that doesn't need all of these ancillary media to tell the full story.
Right.
And I think that Square Enix is competent enough to do that, but I think it will end up filling in holes and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, what they did say about the movie is that they did not say free along with this.
Right.
But they said they will stream it online worldwide at the same time prior to the game coming out. Or if you get the deluxe edition or collector's edition, the movie comes with the game.
That's right. There will be a Blu-ray in there with the with the movie, and it is. I know, Nika, that you had mentioned this on the outset, but it is feature length.
Yes.
It is a full movie.
So like 2 hours. We're talking.
Yes.
Hour and a half.
Done.
Yeah.
Done by the same animation team that did Advent Children.
Yep.
I hope
It's-
they learned a lesson.
And the fact that it's like when Lena Headey came on the stage, she said they just wrapped up the voice work. So it's
Yes.
pretty much done.
Now, here's what I find interesting is that a lot of those scenes seemed really familiar to me.
They
And-
they did.
And I have a bit of a theory, and I'm sure that somebody can go ahead and poke holes in this and go, oh, well, this scene is different. Da, 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 da. That's fine. I have a theory that this movie is some of the remnants of what Versus 13 was originally supposed to be. Because there was a massively different trailer when it was still called Versus 13 that had, I want to say, some of these same scenes, because we didn't start seeing Noctis as a main character until a trailer until a trailer after that.
Okay.
So I think that at some point they had an entirely different vision for the project that
I
they
guarantee you.
abandoned, and they're reworking some of the art assets, some of what they made to be able to fit into this canon. How well they do that is up for grabs. I don't know. I mean, Square Enix is good, but I mean, if that is what they're doing, they're really going to have some very deft writers to be able to get them out of that.
I mean, I'm sure that even if they're pulling elements from the original, I doubt it's going to be like exactly what they were planning, even from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely
I mean,
not.
I'm sure there were tons of concepts that are totally just thrown out
Yeah.
at this point.
Are the voice actors of the movie, are they going to be the same as in the game?
That's a great
They
question.
did not confirm.
They did not
Every
confirm.
time they showed a voice actor, it said the character they play, and then it listed the name of the movie. It
Yep.
didn't say the game. So
That'd be risky
look-
to not do that. To
Luna-
have the voice actors change
I
up.
know.
The movie is supposed to take place, from what I understood, coincides with the game. So when you're out in the world fighting and everything, the movie is what happens inside the kingdom.
Oh.
It could be, because without really giving too much spoilers, you learn in the first episode of the anime that while the 5 characters are off on this road trip, there's like a coup inside the kingdom in the 4 guys, whatever. The king and the royal family is overtaken. So there is a whole shit going down in.
Yeah, then that is
That would lend credence then to,
Yeah.
to a movie taking place showing what's going on in the kingdom.
that is true.
And then the guy who was in Breaking Bad has just started his
Aaron
lines.
Paul, yeah.
He just started his,
Right.
his stuff.
Ooh, he was great.
Yeah.
So this, I think that this is as good of a place to talk about this as any. I was actually really disappointed and a little upset when I saw Sean Bean and Aaron Paul and Cersei, Lena Headey.
Lena Headey.
Yeah. I was a bit disappointed when I saw them on stage. We've talked a lot about voice acting here in the past. We've spoken with David Hayter. If you want to catch that episode, you can find that over at finalencountercast.com. That was the 4th episode that we ever did of this show, where we talked to David Hayter, and one of the things that we talked to him about was this trend inside gaming. And in fact, it's a trend inside animated movies first, but it's been a trend also to start inside gaming. Of course, most notably with Kiefer Sutherland replacing David Hayter on the Metal Gear Solid 5 project. But there's this troubling practice of game companies hiring Hollywood talent to voice their characters. And, you think, like, you look at it and you're like, okay, well, they're talented people. They should be able to do a good job. But then you stop and you consider things like Peter Dinklage's performance in Destiny. And you consider how wooden Snake felt in Metal Gear Solid 5. And I have some very practical performance concerns, but I also really do not like this practice where very talented people and voice actors are going to get passed up for roles more and more for big name Hollywood actors, just so that they can get, like more shine to their game. Like that, it seems more like a promotional stunt than an actual, like that they're actually, they meaningfully want to get good talent associated with the game.
Well,
Counterpoint.
But sometimes that works super well. Like, look at Mark Hamill as the Joker. Like, he was fantastic.
You're right.
Counterpoint. Those names were for the movie, correct?
Yeah.
So they're having.
We don't know. Yes, we don't know if they're for the game.
and also, though, as a counter to that, with, of course, in the case of Kiefer Sutherland, he was replacing someone who'd been playing Snake for a while.
That
These
is
characters
true.
have not been voice acted before.
You are absolutely correct. I just don't like seeing this trend. I don't want to see, because we saw it with Kevin Spacey in Call of Duty. They had
Yes.
Kevin Spacey in, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've seen this a lot of other places. What's her name? Ellen Page in Beyond Two Souls, where she did the voice acting and motion cap for that. It keeps happening where, and every time I see it, I just think that's a voice actor that missed out on a role. Granted, that voice actor's probably Nolan North, but
It's just Nolan North.
yeah, exactly, because we can't hire anyone except Nolan North for anything. But the thing, I do, as someone who has watched his own industry shrink to Hollywood talent, I don't like that trend.